Oh, what a beautiful day. Ah, yeah, look at the cactus growing so good. $50mm 101 Duro. 50mm 101 Duro. Oh man, what a beautiful day. Tomorrow's gonna be more beautiful, but we'll take it. What's up, YouTube? Today's Saturday, March 8th, 2025, and it's about 70 degrees today, and the time is 1 o'clock on the p.m. California West Coast time. This is gonna be my last video until I go to Fort Worth, Dallas, Texas. So yeah. Oh man, I'm excited, but kind of drowsy. I shouldn't have took my medicine this morning, man. My blood pressure medicine. I knew I shouldn't have took it. It was on like a borderline, so I was like, So I took it. So I'm trying to let it wear out a little bit, and you know, so I can get some energy back. So I'm kind of trying to sound like a. Anyway, you know, it's gonna be the last video, so I don't know. Cause I can start packing and sending things, you know, to Texas. So anyway, last Friday on February 28th, I finally did my my ollie practice. You know, before I do my dialysis treatment. Cause I tried Monday. They told me to go in early, so I went in early, and then Wednesday I woke up too late, so I didn't have time, and then finally I got it done on Friday, and I rode my skateboard for about 20 minutes, you know. I did like maybe about 5 solid ollies, so I was pretty happy with that. But then after the treatment, man, I was like, oh man, I'm so my foot was so like sore, my heel. So I was walking like this, you know, home from dialysis. So it's this heel part right here, you know, in the back. Still hurting about 10% right now, so I was thinking I was gonna wait till tomorrow to do the video, you know, but I was like, nah, you know, tomorrow might not come, right? So I'm just gonna punk it out today, and then that's the reason why I took my blood pressure medicine. Otherwise I wouldn't have took it. But anyway, after that, so came Saturday, last Saturday, I looked on my online banking, and my money was in my disability money. I get $1307 a month, and so I walked down to the bank. So usually when I go to the bank by the mall and into Winco and back, it's about 6 miles. It usually takes me about 2 hours to walk regularly, but this time it took me 3 because I was limping, you know, so I was still sore from Friday. So I went there. I pulled out $1,300 because I had $62 the month before. So then now I have $69 in the bank. So I went to Winco, got a money order for $1,070 for my rent. Pay $82 for my internet and $40 for the phone bill. So have less than $100 or something. I don't know. Like $100, I still got the 69 in the bank. So then I get home, I saw the landlord. He was fixing the number 2 apartment because I live in number 5. So I went over there and told him, it's gonna be my last month. I'm leaving on the 25th, and he's like, okay. So I gave him the rent money and everything. So I was all stoked. And then around So around 8 o'clock at night, because my sister, she works, from 8 till 4 in the morning, somewhere around there. So she texted me and said, "Oh, hey, can you put $100 in my bank because I forgot that my storage is due, $120." I was like, "Ah, shit," I was like, "Sorry, sis, I only had $69 in there right now," And she didn't say anything or text back. So I was like, fuck. So my sister Mani, she helps me a lot. Like I'm like beyond her, not just me, like everybody. My brother Spencer, whoever she can help, she'll go borrow money from whoever to, you know what I mean. So that's what she does, she has a good heart. When I was living there 2 years ago with my cats, she was buying all the cat food, the fancy feast. Those weren't cheap. They're like, for 24 cans, they're like $20. The box of litters are like $20. Buy like 4 or 5 of those. So she's spending like at least $300 each month for the cat food and the cat litter. Not counting when I got there where she bought the gate, for the gate for my room, so the fold-out gate. She bought the cat house, all the cat litter boxes, you know what I mean? So she spent over at least $1,000, right, to help me out with my cats and everything. And then on top of like $300 each month. So so then Sunday, so I woke up Sunday and my leg, my heel was still hurting bad, man, I woke up, it was like 4:30 in the morning. So I was like, fuck, I gotta do this for her, You know what I mean? Because she helped me out a lot, so of course I limped down to the mall again. And it's like 5 in the morning by the time I got down there. Of course, the security guards, they got nothing else to do, Of course, they pull up on me. I guess I could have been nice to them, I could have just said, like, I should have, just be like, yeah, play their games, you know what I mean? Because he pulled up with his window down, and I kept walking, and he's like, hey, I'm talking to you, are you deaf? You know what I mean? Like, he was being a dick. Like, I could have just humbled myself and be like, oh, yes, sir, Just passing through, sir. Like, what it reminds me of? The first Rambo movie. You know how he's just walking and shit, right? Through town. And the cop, came up to him and be like, here, let me, escort you through town so there's no trouble and shit, you know what I mean? Then they found out he had that Rambo knife in his fucking side. And so anyway, I kind of snapped. I shouldn't have, Because he kept saying, are you deaf? Talking to you, And I kept walking. So then, I snapped and I'd be like, hey, are you fucking deaf, He goes, what's your problem? I was like, well, my fucking wife, just died, And, I'm not feeling like talking to you, and I'm just trying to do my thing. And he goes, well, you don't have to take it out on me. So anyway, then he left. So then I crossed, because I went through the mall, right? I went through the middle of the mall. So I went through the mall. Got to Bank of America, and then I saw him again, because he drove all the way around, and he saw me, right? So I went up to the ATM, and it's all lighted and everything. So he was just sitting there in his truck, and he didn't want to come out because, you know, the bank has the camera and shit. So then I was just taking my time, and he left, and I was just thinking, well, hopefully this is the last time. It just sucks because I used to pay the landlord cash, you know, and it was easy. You just pull the cash out, give him the money. But then I guess he said the bank is like, you know, fucking America. They always trying to, you know, monitor who's got what money, right? So he told me if you put cash in the bank, they charge him fees and shit. So he's like, no, you a check or money order. So the problem with the money order is sometimes I'll go and then they run out of the money order paper. Last time, right? Last month, the machine was down, and then I went like 1 hour earlier. I mean, that's just life, you know? You know what I mean? That's just life. I know I was saying that. I don't like to say, damn it. I know I always tell myself I don't want to say negative shit in my video, you know? I know, it's just no harm, no foul, right? But still, though. So that's what happened. So then I deposit like 140, you know, and then I Zelle the money to my sister, 140, to pay her storage, and then I was walking home. So I was watching, you know, I always watch the Bruce Lee, you know what I mean, philosophy. So right before I went to the bank, right, I was walking, and I could take, there's a bus that comes right here, the number 266. Oh, it cost me like 65 cents to go down to the mall. Then I wouldn't have to walk, you know, that much. And then there's another bus that goes across this way to Winco, right? But then I was watching the Bruce Lee video the night before, and he was saying, don't pray. He said, do not pray for the easy way out. You know, if there's something easy, don't pray for an easy way to go. Like I said, I could take the bus, I could take the Lyft or Uber or whatever, or taxi, right, to go down there. But he said, but pray for the strength, you know, to overcome the hard way, you know. So then I was praying, you know, it's like, just give me strength to, you know, get my several legs to be strong so I can walk down there and back. And I did. So then, like on Friday, my friend was telling me, I knew he was coming on Sunday. He said he was going to come at 12 o'clock. So then I texted him, you know. I was like, hey, you can come early if you want. He's like, no. I need to do some stuff, so I'm going to come around 12 o'clock. So my friend Mario, he came. So then I got home from walking from the bank to give my sister the storage money. So I took a little nap, and I set my alarm to like 11:30 or something like that. And then I got up and I had a double cheeseburger, which I bought the day before. I bought like 4 double cheeseburgers. So I ate that for breakfast. Drink a little bit of coffee. So I waited for him. Then around 12:20 he came over, you know, and we're talking and everything. He said, oh, this is at Curb Wars, you know. He's like, hey, he goes, you want to go to it? I was like, oh, shit, yeah. I said, you're driving, you know, because it's in Fullerton. It's down there where I used to live in Fullerton. So we got in his vehicles and we went over there, and that's when I did that visiting from Mario Martinez video, Skateboarding with Lo. But remember, my heel still hurts. But I was like, nah, I can't pass that shit up. You know? That's why in that video you saw me, I'm trying my best just to, that was good. I get to ride with those little kids, you know? Ronnie Krager's son and Gideon Choi's son, you know? Got to see a couple of, the couple of pros that, they used to be non-pros, because I used to judge the castle contest, and, that's how I knew him. Plus, Mario used to have a skate shop called Circle M, and I was kind of like, I always been there with him, since 1992. So I was kind of like a sidekick, Mario's sidekick. So I went everywhere he went. He did everything skateboarding and introduced me to all kinds of people, and a lot of people would go to his shop, and that's how I knew a lot of them, So anyway, it was cool to see him. So that really like filled up my my spirit, my skateboarding spirit, because like 3 or 4 videos ago, when after my wife died, I had to put my my sorrow into joy, and then like I was saying, I was watching the Max Shaft, his mom, because Max Shaft's brother died. She was like depressed and everything, and she was saying you have to put your sorrow into joy, and she put her joy into weaving, weaving the throw rugs, right? So then I was watching that video, and I was like, yeah, man, what I love the most, I love video games, Yu-Gi-Oh and all that, but drawing and music and all, but the best thing to pick one is skateboarding. So that's when I dedicated my 110% skateboarding, right? And then what I want to do is I want to get all my tricks back, That way, like when there's a demo or a contest or whatever, I want to enter it, I want to go do the demo. I want to just like, so then that like God answered my prayer, because I told him I want my skateboarding passion back, and he gave it to me. And then my friend Mario came, and we went to the Willie Santos Curb Wars. That's what I'm talking about, right? But it sucks because I still enjoy everything, but it kind of, a little bit, because my heel was hurting, and I my ollie still sucks, and so now the assurance, it assures me now my destiny, my destiny, my focus is right there, right after that Curb Wars that I saw. Because every year there's a skateboarding day, right? Like around June 19th or something like that, and everywhere, because I remember in Texas they had like a barbecue, go skate day demo and everything at the shops over there. So I know that they have that every year. So so I'm gonna, like, oh man, I can't explain it. Like my motivation and my passion and my love, and it's like beyond, Just another thing Bruce Lee was saying was, he would go teach people, his students, right? So one day, I don't know if it was him or his teacher. So the teacher, I think it was the teacher. So he had a teacup. You pour water into a teacup, you become the teapot. I know, whatever, he says that. But anyway, this is a different one. So he started pouring the teacher started pouring the tea, right, in the cup. Like the tea is like the new knowledge, right? Like the new knowledge, the new, whatever, empty your mind. You know what I mean? And that's what he's saying. Empty your mind means like same thing as the cup, right? Empty the cup. So his teacher started pouring the tea, and it kept always spilling, right? He kept saying, it's full, it's full, it's full, right? You know what I mean? So, but before that, before he poured the tea was full already, okay? Because all of us thinks we know everything, right? Like, I remember when I went to my my UTI trade school in Phoenix, Arizona, the Universal Technical Institute. It's automotive, diesel with transmission, right? With Allison transmission, which is the, you know, those big 18-wheelers. They have the big, yeah. So I went to Phoenix, Arizona because I wanted to always drag race, right? That was one of my dreams, was to do, you know, drag race, you know, like quarter mile. And so I got a chance to go live from New Mexico. I made that because I used to drag race, you know, with my friend in my truck and everything. So then I was like, yeah, you know, there's a school in Phoenix, Arizona, which my sister Mani, you know, this one right here. See, that's what I'm talking about. She's always helped me. She was working at Southwest Airline over there, right? She was working at Southwest Airline in Phoenix, Arizona. And then when I was 14 years old, when I was watching Back to the Future, I told myself, oh man, you know, when that guy ollie off the curb, I was like, I want that, you know? And then when I saw Thrasher magazine in 1986, everything was in California. So I made my dream. I was like, I'm going to California, you know, to go skateboard. That's it. Not to be pro, not to sponsor, nothing. I just wanted to come to California because all the Thrasher magazines, and I didn't realize it was so big, you know. I didn't know it, fucking from San Diego up to San Francisco was like 8 hours, right? I didn't know it was like 3 states in one. But anyway, but my sister was living in, I was living in New Mexico. She was living in Arizona, and I was like, ooh. So in my senior year, I moved there, and I said, I'm one state closer to California, you know? So right after that, when I graduated high school in Tempe, Arizona, I was thinking, well, I need a job, right? If I go to, you know? So I was thinking, what? I look around, I'm like, oh, there's all these cars, right? Plus, I love drag racing. So I saw it was a UTI, you know? I think it was like 5,000 back then, something like that. 5 or 7,000 for the tuition. So I got a loan and everything, and I got that, and then yeah, and then I came here 1992, and I got a job in Santa Ana. I mean, that's a big story. I mean, I'm talking probably like a 3-hour story just on that part, okay? So I'm not gonna say that because it's long, man. I mean, it wasn't just I came here and got the job. I mean, I'm talking, oh man, it's long. I think I said it in my Low Bone Rush video. If you want to go watch that. In the skateboard knowledge video. I guess I could put it in the description if I remember. Anyway, yeah, that's like a 3-hour story, man. So yeah, so that's how I met Mario. I came over here and met him, and I lost my thought. I went too far. Oh yeah, UTI. So I was thinking, yeah, you know, the worst, not worst, but not the worst, you know, but the least I can job I qualify for, you know, with my certificate and everything, I can work at like Jiffy Lube or whatever, right? And change oil, you know. You know what I mean? I didn't care, man. My thing was I wanted to come here and skateboard and just have enough money to pay my rent, you know, and have some food, and that's it. And I still feel that way. Right now I still feel that way, you know. But unfortunately, yeah, my disability is not gonna cover my rent. the rent is passing my. Before it was, like in the 500. 400, 500 was the rent. And I was getting like 800 a month. So it was. I think I was getting $7 an hour or something like that. Yeah. So it worked out great. Yeah. I think I went too far. Now I lost my focus. I don't even know what I'm talking about. Well, you come for the stories. You come for the skateboard, but stay for the stories. But yeah, the drag racing and everything, and then, I just wanted to skateboard. So now, that's all I want, man, in life. Before I, however long, God gives me a chance to live here. That's all I want to do, man. I want to get better and better every day, and I want to show up at a demo or a contest, enter the contest. I don't give a shit, about. I never was like that, winning or losing. Skateboarding was never meant to be judged, but it's more of something to do. You know what I mean? Something to strive for, like show up at a demo and just do a couple tricks and knowing that I accomplished that. It's like an accomplishment for my own self, because as far as like money and all that, after I moved to Texas, that's it, man. I'm set. You know what I mean? I'm set, man. I get my disability, right? Not even that, I'm living with my sister. She's probably not gonna charge me anything, barely. Maybe just buy the food or help her buy whatever, pay electrical bill or whatever, you know what I mean? But as far as food, I always have like good food to eat. I have my dialysis treatment. I have my eye doctor. It's funny because my eye doctor, I looked up online for the retina specialist, is right next to the skate park. So the skate park is about 6 miles from my house. Okay? Up from her house. And right next to the skate park is a freaking eye doctor. You know what I mean? So that's what I did when I was in Atlantic City, It was in Pleasantville. From Pleasantville to Atlantic City was 6 miles. And the only thing was I didn't have a bike. So I would, like ride my board and walk, and there was a lot of like grass and shit where I had to walk, and it took like 3 hours to get there. I would leave like 9 in the morning, get there like 1 in the morning. 9 in the morning, get there like 1 in the afternoon, right? And then it'd be cold and shit, windy, because it's right next to the ocean, It was cool view, but it was cold. So now from there I'm learning. So as soon as I get there, I'm gonna buy a bike. I'm gonna buy a BMX bike. Get a basket and everything for my board, my bag, and my tripod, and ride to the park on my off day and do a video like this. It's not gonna be like this, but it's gonna be at the park. So that park is kind of sad, but happy. It's happy that they made a skate park for myself. It's sad because the kid is like 15 years old, somewhere around there. He got ran over by a car on his way to the skate park. So they dedicated that park to his name, So that was cool. It's good for people get to have a skate park to ride. But it's sad that he died. But he didn't die, for nothing. He died and they dedicated his name, which is very cool. Yeah, so I thought the heel was the worst. It wasn't. So today's Saturday, right? On Monday, on the Monday, 6 days ago, my tooth was hurting, right? I always had jacked up teeth, All as Asian people like my age always had that. Like, we had to go to refugee camp and we have no money or nothing. There's no such thing as a toothbrush. You know, here you got like Oral-B and all this shit, you know, Phillips and spinning and all kinds of toothpaste. We have nothing, man. We have salt, you know. You do the salt. So our teeth is like the least thing, you know, swimming, you know, our teeth and all that shit. It's like the least thing, man. There's so much diseases over there, you know. That mosquito is so big when it suck on your arm, you can see it like a syringe, man. It goes like that, you know. The mosquito is probably like 1 inch long, you know, like, or maybe longer. You know, that's natural, man. That's why most of the people that died in the Vietnam War, the Americans, yeah, from was that malaria, from the disease, from the fucking mosquito bites and shit. Yeah, they died from shit like that, man. They didn't die from the gunshot. But you know, when you're born there, your immune system's kind of high. But I still think that God was looking after us, even though we didn't know about Jesus Christ or nothing like that. But you know, but I think He looked out. Well, I'm just gonna say for my own story, He's looking out for me for sure. So on Monday, okay, in 2022, right before I left here the first time to go to New Jersey with the 2 cats to go live with my brother, my tooth was hurting too, you know. So this one. So I went right here where that red building is. It's like right over where that white thing is. That's where the dentist is, right there. It's not that far. So I went there in 2022. The problem is the doctor only come once a month, the dentist doctor. It's like, fuck. So I had to make an appointment and then had to sync it with his day. I had dialysis Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So I can't do it on dialysis day because my gum's gonna be bleeding, you know? Plus, you know what I mean? Then doing dialysis and it's gonna, the heparin and all that shit's gonna make my thing bleed and, you know? So I scheduled it and everything, and then, you know, a month later, got my tooth pulled. So I was like, oh, good, thank God, right? And then now, this past Monday here, this tooth was hurting, and then I'm thinking, fuck, right? I'm leaving the 25th, you know? It's like, damn. It's like, fuck it, I'll ride it out, right? So then Tuesday, it was raining and everything. It was raining and my tooth was hurting. Like, fuck. My whole side of my head right here was all numb, you know? It's like, maybe I just have infection, right? Maybe I can get some antibiotics from at dialysis, you know? Ask my dialysis doctor. But then Wednesday, it was like really cold, man. It was raining too, another rain, you know? My face was numb and I was shaking. My tips were cold, were frozen. I was shaking. I got a headache, and I forgot to ask him to get the antibiotics, you know, because I wasn't thinking right, you know. I was so fucking cold and in pain and everything. So then I did ask him for like 2 Tylenols. They gave me for 500 milligrams. 2 Tylenols. I think they gave me 1. Yeah, I'm sure they gave me 1. I take like 3, man. Fuck. So anyway, my blood pressure was high because I had pain. You know? My blood pressure was like 180 over like 110 and shit. Fuck, you know? And then remember, my heel still hurts. But the heel didn't hurt because my the funny part, right? There was a joke. Someone would tell me, damn wind. Yeah, there was a joke somebody would tell me, you know, if your arm hurts, you know, cut off your toe or something like that, or cut off your leg. You know, then your arm wouldn't hurt no more because you're paying attention to your leg, because the leg hurts more. So that's what happened. My whole side of my face was numb. It's freezing. Fingers are numb. Man, I was just shaking and curled up. And that treatment was long, man. It felt like a long, you know. I couldn't watch my videos on YouTube or whatever. And finally, it was over, and yeah, I'm limping home again, you know, slowly. Still hurt, you know. So then I was like, I got home, I took like 3 Tylenols, and it felt like it went away a little bit. So I was like, okay, maybe I'll get some sleep, you know. I had to wake up like every hour or 2 hours. Like, oh, what time is it? Oh shit, can't take it yet, you know. It was like I didn't want to take too much Tylenol, you know. So then try to go to sleep. You wake up another hour. And then finally, like 6:30, I was like, oh shit, let me see what time that place opened. So I looked on the phone at the place. I thought it was the name was Smile, but it wasn't Smile. It was called Bright Now. So I looked it up and it says 8 o'clock. It's like, cool. And for some reason, man, last week was like in the 50s. It was like 49 degrees or 45 degrees or something like that at 6:30 in the morning. Man, I was like, fuck, it's gonna be cold. Because I remember when I went there last time, it wasn't a good experience, you know, the dentist. I remember I was sitting, like, I had to share a room with another person. There was somebody sitting on the chair over there, and then I had to sit in another chair, like, in the same room. It was really like, it was like a 1-star, okay? That's why I never went back, you know, to the dentist. It was like a 1-star, man. Sitting in there, I looked on the phone and it says, oh, it opens at 8. I was like, cool. So I got dressed and everything. Just sitting there watching, you know, the news on, you know, Fox and all that shit. And about 7:50, I started walking over there. And I get over there and I went up to the door and it said 9 o'clock. I was like, fuck. So, you know, so I walked back. Went, you know, my apartment. Took a little nap, you know. And finally, like 8:50, I got up and I walked over there. And then I get there and she's like, you have an appointment? I was like, no. Oh, you gotta make an appointment. It's like, fuck, man. You know. And so then she had a little baby, right, in a little car seat. I didn't have my glasses on, like right now, so everything's kind of blurry. So I was like, you have a dog back there? It's like, huh? Like, no, it's just, that's my baby. Because I just saw 2 little toes like that moving. So I thought it was a puppy, you know. It's like, no, and then she started laughing. I started laughing, and so it's kind of, you know what I mean? Like my friend would always say, you get more things done with sugar than salt, right? Just like I should have used sugar instead of salt towards that security guard, right? You know. But anyway, so then she was like, oh, here, I'll tell you what, fill this form out. So I was like, okay. So I filled the form out. And then she said, you want a cancer scan, you know? Scan for cancer, it's like $35. Like, no, I don't need it. It's like, okay. She goes, have a seat. I was like, oh shit. So I was like, oh man. You know, I was praying, you know, like I said, man, God's always been looking out for me. Because remember, it took me like 2 months last time, right? Because the doctor only came once a month, right? So you have to schedule to go that day when the doctor comes. So I guess they got more money now because now they have 2 active doctors there, right? 2 doctors, you know? 2 of them active. So then I sat down for like 10 minutes. She goes, they're ready to see you. I was like, oh, fuck. No way. So I get there and they scan my teeth and everything. And then later on, just sat there and blah blah blah, just talking, whatever, to go out. So it turns out right here, one of my tooth was broken in half. Because what happened is when I sleep, I bite my teeth when I sleep. I grind my teeth when I sleep. So it got flattened. One of them got so flattened that, I guess the other one, and then there was another one next to it. It like, right, I was grinding, and the other one next to it just like broke off, right? And then it just made everything around my gum here all numb, and my whole face. So then he came in. Yeah, so the doctor came in. He was a super nice doctor. I mean, he's a young like India doctor. Super cool, man. He asked me like, so I told him the situation, I was like, hey, I don't want to waste your time. My wife passed away, and we used to have 2 incomes. Now I have 1 income, and my rent's gonna go up. So I'm not gonna be staying here. I'm moving in the 25th of this month, and what do you recommend? He goes, well, you got a broken tooth right there. That's the big problem. We could pull that one out. And then I was like, is there any other ones you think? He's like, well, he goes, let me go see. He goes to talk to the front lady in the office, and I guess he gave him the go. I mean, I could have pulled all my teeth out if I wanted to, but I guess these ones look okay. Got that one. I mean, my teeth all fucked, but the thing was, I just wanted the pain to go away, So he ended up pulling 3 teeth over here. So I have 1 wisdom tooth back here, 2 of them, and then all these ones are gone. So, man, he goes, how does it feel? I go, you feel better? I was like, hell yeah, I feel better. Thank you, doc, because, man, I tried to write it out. Oh, man. And then everyone I talk to, they're telling me, yeah, you got lucky, because that infection could go into your brain and fucking kill you. I'm old school, you know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. God still have a use for me, Same thing when my cat bit my hand right here, because he was playing in the drawer, and I slammed the drawer. I didn't know his hand was in there, and he twice bit my thing here. It swelled up, and I didn't go to the hospital or anything because, because I had a choice. I either could go to the hospital and skip dialysis and have dialysis at the hospital, or just skip my hand altogether. So I had dialysis at the hospital. It's a bad experience, and I didn't like it, because they come in whenever. Sometimes they might come in like 4 in the morning to do your dialysis, So I was like, fuck it. I'd rather go dialysis and then skip my hand, and it ends up, I end up having to go another dialysis because the doctor wouldn't give me antibiotics. So I go to another dialysis, switch the doctor, and it didn't end up being, he was a surgeon and everything too, so he cut this shit out, right? It's still not straight, you see? And I still can't close it all the way, look. See it? Still can't, see? It's still sticking up, see that? How it sticks up? Look. And that was January 23. Yeah, so just give you an idea how long it's been already. And I still try to stretch it. But anyway, that one he was telling me, yeah, I could have lost my finger because of the infection. I don't know. I think I'm just pushing my luck, but I'm glad thank you Jesus, he's out there watching me. I mean, I try not to do something on purpose, but as far as medical, I don't know, just like how I lost my eye here. I was seeing these black spots, and I was going to DeVry, right, University Technical Institute for Electronics, to the school there, and that week was it happened to be freaking exam week, man. You know, Monday through Thursday, and so it was on a Monday when I saw the black spots. So I was like, well, you know, I'll go to the doctor on Friday, you know what I mean? When I have no more exams. And by Thursday, it was all black. The retina. It's like, think of it like wallpaper. Yeah, it peeled off. So then they put this fluid in, and I was supposed to sit like this for like 2 hours every day. I guess it's supposed to hold the, you know, the retina back. I was like, fuck it, you know, I don't waste my time, you know, so I didn't do it. So now I'm blind. You know what I mean? I don't know. Anyway, there's another story that I saw last night. This guy, he's I think his name is Richie with two R-I-I-C-H-I Kotano, something like that. Kotano. He's like a samurai instructor, you know. To be like, he's a high level samurai, and he was saying, in life, he never minus, you know. Everything to him is a plus. And every last minute, you know, a samurai, they can die, you know. Any minute they can die because, you know, because that's how dangerous the samurai life is. That's why there's the Tom Cruise movie, The Last Samurai, when he hugged his sensei in the end, right? And there's this flower. They only last like 2 weeks, right? The flowers, and it blooms in March. It blooms like right now. And like if you want to go see it, you have to go right now this month to go to Japan to see it. Like in the movie, when he's crying, his teacher was crying, and he was looking at the flowers, right? Because that flower represents the samurai, you know. It only lasts 2 weeks, and that's the longest, because anytime the wind could come, the typhoon or whatever, could just blow the leaves out and just empty the whole tree, right? So then his teacher was looking at the leaves, and he was crying, and he's like, he said, like, all those little leaves, they're all perfect and beautiful. Meaning, like, all those little leaves, the flowers, are all samurais, you know. Yeah, so the guy was saying, yeah, his life is it's like those leaves. So every moment he lived like the last moment, you know. Like he was saying, if I was like right now, right? Like this is the last session for me, you know. So I'm always gonna be happy. You know, that's what he's saying, right? You gotta be happy, you know what I mean? You gotta practice gratitude, right? It says gratitude. Because when we were born, we got nothing, right? We have nothing. But our gratitude is always there, you know? We're born with the gratitude, right? So, you know, just to appreciate everything, you know, that we have. So he was telling a story. So his wife he would come home and he would throw his coat on the ground, right? And then his wife, one day she bought a rack with six hooks on it. And then she said, hey, I bought this for us. So, you know, us means you get one and I get five, right? So actually, she said, no, I'll give you two. So she said, okay, cool. So then he had two hooks, she has four. And then one day he came, there was a small coat on the one hook that was supposed to be for him. So his son, so one of the hook, they were hanging his son's jacket. Then he got one for his jacket. And then he went to, you know, for a demo or whatever, or a contest, and he came home and he went to hang his coat up. Then there's two little jacket on both hooks. But then he just smiles, right? Just like, nothing's gonna make me unhappy, you know? He goes, why? Because, right? That hook he never had in the beginning, you know what I mean? He never had it. His wife bought it, right? So that was an extra. Even he don't hang his coat up, it's still the same because that hook was never there before. You see? So, like he said, he never minus nothing. Nothing's ever minus. It's always a plus, you know? Everything's a plus, right? So we learn to live like that, you know? Just like when I came here, I don't have any of this. All that I found. All the wood, you know? And when I leave today and I take it apart, I'm still gonna be happy because it's always a plus. It's not a minus. You know, I didn't have it before. A year ago I didn't have it, right? So now I don't have it. It's the same. It's like, you know what I mean? So he said, if we look at life that way, you know, it's awesome because, you know what I mean? He said there's nothing anybody can do to make him unhappy. So with that, I end the story. All right. So I want to jog around, get my legs warm up, you know. So I'll see you. So I was looking, and it took me about between 1.5 to 2 minutes to run around this place. So it's pretty good, like 2 minutes. So I'll see you in 2 minutes. I don't know, man. My heel, like, I'm very, like, disappointed. You know? Because I don't know, you know, if I ride today, my heel, I don't know, it's gonna get... I thought for sure, man, you know, I rested, you know, a long time, at least a week. Because I know if I do it, I can rest tomorrow. I got all day tomorrow to rest. And then it's gonna rain all week. So no skating all week. And I gotta go mail some boxes and everything like that. Take my computer apart, you know? Go return the modem to the internet place. And if my heel hurts from walking, you know? So at the same time, if I don't ride, then I'll lose all my muscle again that I built up all these weeks, you know? So it's like, so what I could do is I can rest my heels, right? Both heels. Well, mostly my left side, but both of them hurts. I could either rest my heels and not skate till I go to Texas. But then when I go to Texas, my heels will be nice and healed up. But then all my leg muscles will be all dead. You know? So it's like, yeah, what happened was that weekend, you know, I had to walk both days, Saturday and Sunday, plus I went skating that after that. Like because usually, you know, it's like good, right? The next day or 2 days. But I think because I pushed it that day so hard that it probably ripped my, ripped the muscle tenders or whatever, you know, it probably ripped it. Because I rested almost 5 days and it still hurts, you know? Yeah, I think walking 3 hours, then walking another 2 hours the next day, and then skating for like another 2 hours on that same day. So, yeah, I must have ripped it because it should have been healed by now, you know? I mean, I'll try to ride, see what happens. I think that's why a lot of people don't want to ride when they get older, you know? Because if you overdo it and then you rip something, it's almost like a dream shattered, you know, shattered the dream. It's just the timing too, right? I'm in a process of moving. You know, I got things to do. And it's like kind of like regular people, right? When they have to, go to work, they have their kids to watch over, and they can't, afford to get hurt. Well, I'll roll around, easily, see what happens first. Yeah, I just want to roll around, a little bit, but I don't know if it's worth it, Yeah, I decided because my blood pressure is still lingering, I'm still drowsy. My heel is not up to par. But you know what? I think there's still tomorrow. Tomorrow's gonna be even better, the weather. So I think, I'm going to, yeah. I think it's better that I do the skateboarding tomorrow, hopefully. But if not, this is the last session, which I didn't even do anything because, man, I'm so disappointed, man, of my failure today, man. Like Libu said, the day you don't get up is the day you fail. And I feel like I'm not getting up today, man. I'm holding myself from yawning, My blood pressure is low right now, big time. So tomorrow I'm gonna remind myself not to take the blood pressure medicine. Take it after, no matter what unless it's like super high, like 200 or something. But it was only like 144 over 82, man. I shouldn't have took it. That's like borderline, you know what I mean? So now I'm all drowsy. And then that didn't help, just jogging. My freaking heel hurts just from jogging. That didn't really motivate me too much. But at least I got to tell all the stories, so I guess the video today is stories only. No skateboarding. So hopefully tomorrow we'll come back and bang it out. Get a better plan. But anyway, thanks for watching, man. Go out and visit your friends and family, because the dead don't need shit, okay? They don't need nothing. Always keep on rolling. Running water don't go stale. Always have fun. You don't see me have fun, you see me quit. See? I'm quitting because I'm not having fun. I'm not. My heel hurts and I'm all drowsy and Yeah, it's not a good combination. Because if I even try, right, I might get hurt, and it's even worse, you know. At least if I don't do today, you know what is that one Japanese game developer say? A delayed game could be good, right? But a broken game is bad forever, right? You know what I mean? Something like that. So if I delay for tomorrow, and if I check my blood pressure and everything, don't take the pills if it's not too high, maybe rub some Tiger Balm or something on my my heel, let it heal up, and bang it out tomorrow. Anyway, I'll be keeping an underground lid for you and me, okay? Enjoy.